Hello, today we want to walk you through a use case that involves the ingestion of threat intelligence, analysis, processing, and enrichment to ultimately action based on the insights that are evolved out of threat intelligence. So we're going to show you how our products Threat Intelligence Exchange and Orchestrate function together to actually make this happen in a very seamless, transparent way. Today, I'm joined by Mark Carosella, who's actually going to crack open the UI and give you an overview of how specifically to make this happen.
I think what this really boils down to is our ability to get data into the platform, to enrich it, right? Develop some quick automated insights on that data and make some actioning decision on it, right? Whether that be in our case here on that slide, blocking it on a firewall, sending it to an EDR tool. The beginning of that story is really getting data into the platform. We don't care where the data comes from, whether it's from a taxi feed, from an API, email, Twitter feed, structured, unstructured, etc. We'll be able to grab that intelligence and put it into the platform where we store it as STIX 2.1. Now, once that data is in the platform, we need to derive some kind of helpful information about that intelligence that's going to allow us to quickly make an automated decision on it, right? So that's typically going to come from enrichment data. So we have the ability to build enrichment policies here where we can create conditions around how we enrich this intelligence as we ingest it, which providers we're using under specific conditions, right? And the priority that those enrichment providers take. So here in this case, I'm saying, hey, whenever an IP address comes in from one of my sources, I automatically want to use Alien Vault to go enrich it, right? So you can enrich anything manually or leverage one of our enrichment policies to go ahead and do that automatically so that the enrichment data is ready for you to make an automated decision on. Now, the next piece of that story is where that enrichment data lives, right? So within each object, right, we track all of the enrichment data and we leverage it for automated scoring. So in the example I just showed you, we used Alien Vault. We can come in here and see all of that Alien Vault data that we automatically pulled in straight on this IP addresses object page. And we can also see how it was scored automatically. In this case, this is a 100 out of 100. We can press key evidence to immediately see all the different variables, I guess, that took part in us calling this IP address a malicious indicator, right? So we know that we ingested the data. We now see that we've automatically enriched it. We can see why this is malicious. So how do we streamline that and take automated action on it in our external tooling, whether that be a firewall, EDR, SIEM, etc. That's really going to happen here in our automated rules engine. And this is actually a rule that would do just that, blocking indicators on a firewall based on whether or not it's malicious. All right, so in this case, we're saying, hey, anytime, right, a malicious indicator comes from Recorded Future or Flashpoint or any other source that I specify, if it is a domain, in this case, we have a specific condition set up to even say, hey, if it's a domain and if the description contains this particular string and if it's TLP read, only then do I want to go trigger a playbook that would push this domain block out to my firewall. And again, this can work with other tools as well, not just firewalls. But even on top of that, we're also going to send one of our users an email to let them know, hey, this block just took place, right? So Mark, to answer your question, this is how we would streamline that from data ingestion through automated enrichment and then automated decision-making and operationalization.